Hello, everybody. Give me a thumbs up, a wave, something. Let me know you can see me or hear me, or both. I'd like to do both. Let's see who's in here. We've got Kathleen. We've got Carol. Hey, Anna. All right. And we got RD. How's everybody doing this morning, this afternoon, depending on where you're at? Anna, are you already starting trouble? We got a lot of crowns out here. I can see a lot of crowns. Hi, Helene. Hi, Mary. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Mia's in one of her. I'm the baby of the family, so she'll come in here and interrupt us in a little bit. My ears are itching. Can y'all tell I got allergies? We got a good class plan for today. It's going to be full of information. Hi, Jeremy. Well, I'm glad you made it, Granny. We got a good crowd today. Classes hadn't even started. Oh, my goodness. Well, I will drop a forewarn. We are expecting storms. It's been black clouds most of the day. Luckily, no storms, but the temps have went up. Humidity's up. All the components to have a thunderstorm. And then when we get the thunderstorm, the dog gets in the lap and she just starts shaking like she's got some kind of a St. Vitus dance going on. And Mama has to comfort her. Daddy's already give her some bliss, so she's just blissed up. She'll sleep good tonight. She'll be like a rag doll, move her from point A to point B. Hey, there you go, Anna. There's your tatting buddy. What countries are being represented? We've got the United States. We've got some Canadians in the group. We've got Ireland. Nick, how you doing? Everybody, put out there where you're from. I'm from around here. Just to let you know, I'm just from around here. We got about 10 minutes. Anybody have any questions about last week? Finland, Nebraska, Quebec, Northern Quebec. Pam's going swimming. She says she's going to swim to my house. And guess what? I believe she's going to with all the rain they're getting. Sacramento. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. We're representing. Hopefully Aurora be here. Now there's two. Mary, you and Kathleen both are in Nebraska. Yeah, she just deathly afraid. I'm dreading 4th of July. I'll be honest with you. They shoot fireworks off across the road from us, and it's like, oh God. And these are the big boomers. So yeah, she got stuck in the slide out last 4th of July. Yep, Finland. Yeah, I know. They don't know how to stop until I guess they have to shoot off until the supply's done. I wouldn't spend that much money. Have you seen the price of sparklers? We're supposed to go to my son's for the 4th. He's having a big fireworks thing. And Dennis and I were talking about it. I really hate to take Mia with me up there, but I can't leave her at home. It's too far away. It's about 6.5 hours from here to my son's house. So, yeah, I don't want to leave her alone because we'd have to stay overnight, and I don't dare leave her home alone by herself. No, mm-mm. And there's where we're at, there's no boarding places, and I'm not too sure I'd want to board her if I don't know them. I'd be afraid that something would happen to her. Hi, Bunny. I like that. Greetings and tatuations. Yeah, really, Granny. We still got about 8 more minutes. Got a couple of more students going to come in. Everybody say hello to Mary Jane. She's in the house. They've really been getting it. Storms out her way. Hi, Tanya. Glad you made it. Kathy. Awesome. I told you everybody would just strolling in here soon. Got a good group. Well, she told me it was sunshining and cooler today, so maybe it won't get too hot her place. I tell you, they've been melting over there. It is not above your level. Nothing's above your level if you're willing to learn. We still got 6 minutes. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got anything they want to say? Anything that questions you want to ask or big fundraisers or something you've tatted for? You're tatting for, say, craft show, something like that. Let us know what you're doing. Hey, that works for me. I'm coming to your house. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Desiree. A whole day of rain this month. Bunny, y'all got a dust bowl going on over there, huh? Well, that was neat. That was neat, Mary. Mary, if y'all don't know, we've got her listed on our YouTube channels under the resource page. She runs a channel and she makes journals, journals, and you ought to go check out her YouTube channel. She's a lot of fun to watch. Yep, I can relate to that. I can relate to that, Bunny. Awesome. Awesome. That's great, Helene. I'm sorry, we just don't have tech support for all the other places in the world that have technical problems. Some of these companies, I mean, when we send out email, we batch email everybody and we will get, hi, Rodney, we will get 5 or 6 emails bounced back because our server or service provider is talking to theirs and they don't like the conversation, so they just boot it back. I'm like, well, y'all build a bridge and make friends. Let us do our thing. So if you don't get your email on Monday for Tuesday's class or Wednesday for Thursday's class, let us know early enough so we can get you everything you need. Also, there's not going to be a class this Thursday, folks, for the beginners. Remember, it's every other Thursday. Last Thursday was something, well, the last 2 Thursdays was something different because I had to miss the first class and I made it up. And then we had the next class in the series coming up. So I did both of them back to back. Yeah, I call our weather unpredictable. The weatherman says it's sunny and beautiful outside and cool, and you look outside and you say, no, I need a rowboat here. So ours is unpredictable. All right, it's about 2 minutes till we can go ahead and get started. I want to welcome everybody to the classes. Anybody that's here that's new, we want to invite you to come back again in the future. These classes teach you everything you need to know about tatting. All right. And if you don't know what tatting is, it's not tattoos. We don't stain our bodies with ink. Hi, Jax. This is lace making. It's a form of lace making. Now, for those that are here, hi, Dearby. For those of you that are here, be sure to do this. Above all, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. When that drop down menu hits, comes down, say all, we will not spam you on YouTube videos. Now, I changed up some things on the YouTube channel. Y'all got a bunch of hits saying it's a new video. No, but I did find some videos that somehow or another they were marked private and they weren't supposed to be. Should you go to our channel and run into a private video under the private classes, those videos are marked private for between me and the student that I am giving private time to. We have some students every once in a while they have a problem and we need to work it out together, and there are sometimes patterns that can't be shared to the public and we're walking it through. So when that happens, nobody has access to it but that student, because that student owns that pattern. Okay, so I can't let those go public. Those are the ones, if you run into them, they're going to give you an error code and say, sorry, Charlie, you can't come here. You're going to have password. Not going to get it. Okay. If you're not the student, you won't get it. Other than that, it's free game across the board. We've got almost 250 videos up, and we've also still got George's channels. Now, these little moderators that I've got running around here, they're going to give you some links to George's videos that I did for her years ago. They are for today's class. When you get those links, click on them, bookmark them, because you're going to need that. All right. That is going to help you so much. Okay. Because what we're learning today has 9 different ways to do it. Okay. And you're going to pick what works for you. There is no set way to do this. All right. Let's get that straight. It's what's comfortable to you, as with most tatting. All right. And it's very simple. Whatever choice you make, watch the videos. They are strictly technique videos. Okay. They're also going to share a link for your homework tonight. Okay, I want to see your homework in the group. By the way, guys, I want to tell you your sample books, awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm loving the sample books. Y'all got the idea now. Now you know which direction we're going. Now trust me, I'm going to be totally honest with you. 9 times out of 10, when I teach a class, I got to watch my own video to know what I'm teaching. You don't use certain techniques all the time. You forget. All right. So it's not that you don't know how, it's you forgot how, because there's so much to know. And you just can't remember it all at the same time. So it's okay. And that's why we created our sample books, just so we can reflect back on what we've done and see how to do it again if we run across it in a pattern. Hi, Fran. Awesome. She's from Scotland, everybody. Give Scotland a good tatting group welcome. Now, today we are going to learn split rings in many different ways. I'm going to show you and teach you 2 new techniques for needle tatters. Okay, they're going to blow your mind. All right, we're also going to learn how to open a closed ring today. Now, for most of you advanced tatters, hi, Corinne. Glad you made it. We was just talking about the opening a closed ring. You're going to get to see it here soon. Most of you advanced tatters know how to open a closed ring, but we do have some beginners in here that are just learning. It doesn't hurt to review anything, because reviewing keeps it fresh on the brain, right? So we're going to learn how to do that. But first, which one of my helpers today going to put up the link for today's homework? Wanda Solomons has given us an opportunity, okay? The opportunity she's given us is we can use all her free patterns in the classes. Now, mind you, she has a website, okay? And it's a wonderful website. But every day, she's only got so many people that can download it every day. So if you can't download something there, that's fine. Come back tomorrow. You can do it. But we're doing Christmas in July. And Wanda Solomons is our designer of the month. Okay? And we're going to do that. So you designers out there in designer land, do me a favor. If you want to become designer of the month, contact me. We'll go over everything and we'll tell you how it's going to work. Okay? But we want you to be represented in the tatting community. So therefore, send me your information. And we do 1 pattern per week out of your patterns. Okay? And we show the world what you've got to offer. And who knows? I've put people in business, big business, trust me, and they're shocked. They're shocked at the word of mouth. But we had, well, as of now, we have surpassed 160,000 views, folks. Give yourself a hand. And I want to say thank you. Okay? But that big, we are worldwide. And everybody knows about us. We have, we're the top billing on AI. If you ask AI where to learn how to tat, the online tatting class is the first submission. We're at the top with Reddit. Okay? So, remember, you want to learn to tat? You got friends want to learn to tat? Send them here. We teach them to tat, just like we taught y'all. All right? So, now we're going to go drop down this away, and we're going to look at all these pretty things I got on my desk. So, let me switch my camera. Let's see. Let's get caught up on this. The first thing, this is your homework. I told you we was doing Christmas in July. This is all button ornaments that she has decorated her tree with for Christmas. Folks, these are as cute as a bug on a rug. Okay? I personally have tatted a lot of these myself. And, you know, she's got a lot to offer for Christmas tatting. I'm just saying. And they're very simple patterns. They're quick tats that you can do in just little to no time at all. You have to excuse the blurriness a little bit, gonna happen. Yeah, we got that ugly black cloud coming in and it's interfering with my satellite dish. It doesn't like my satellite dish. But yeah, make sure you download this, print it out, and tap me up some of these and put them up on the website. I can't wait to see your work. I mean, I really get a thrill joy out of watching y'all do your goodies here. All right, so share them with us. Let us see them. Don't forget to stick a couple of them in your sample book, and you can reflect by your sample book and say, oh, that's where those were. And you go right back to her website and download this again, get another pattern or two. Okay, so do that. Put some in your sample book, because if you get one of these big sample books like this, you're gonna have plenty of room. If not, you're gonna have to do like Anna and have 5 or 6 of them and make. All right, so put it in your sample book. Now, today, this is what we're doing. And these are split ring exercises that Georgia herself wrote out for y'all to study. Okay, now this paperwork's been around for umpteen gazillion years. All right, so make sure you print it out and you follow these. Now, listen to me. All these techniques that she's showing, beautiful bracelets. Just an idea, okay? Beautiful earrings. Also another idea. What else can we do with these? Oh, you know, if you've got a small tree in the house for Christmas, you can take a garland out of that. Ooh, that'd be pretty. So think about it. Use your head and step outside that box. It's not doilies anymore. It's all fun. Where can you use your tatting besides a doily? Well, now you know. You can use them for napkin rings. Put them together. Put a little ornament on there. Make it nice and pretty, and put it on your napkin ring for when you have the family dinner at Christmas. Okay? You can use these to wrap a big, tall candle. So, yeah, just let your minds wander. Think where you could use these. Because this is an exercise. Why not make the exercise pretty and use it in your house? Make sense? So this is your second half of your homework. All right? Now, today, I said we was going to learn some things. And y'all see all this stuff on my desk? You see it all? Well, I got more over here. It's sort of kind of all hiding everywhere. All right. First thing is we've got, now mind you, this is size 3 crochet cotton. That's the only thing I put on these Tatsy shuttles. And the only reason why I'm using it is because this is a closed ring we are going to open. Corinne asked if I could show how to do this because she was having difficulties understanding what I was doing. Now, in my videos for opening a closed ring, they're on Georgia's site's video channel. Those videos are the same thing. I didn't use this bigger thread. I didn't use the tools I'm using now. I use size 20 thread because the camera gear I had set right up on top of stuff. Now it has to set up because if I don't, I hit that camera lens right there that y'all are looking at and it breaks it. So I got to be careful what I do with it. But it's got a zoom. Yeah, Anna, there you go. See, she's thinking. So let me get this camera down here for you guys. Let's see, am I close enough? Let's see. Can y'all see that? I want to know if you can see them stitches before I do anything. If you can't, let me know. You need to be able to see these stitches. I'm going to show you how to do it, Corinne. Don't you worry about it. By the time I get through showing you, you're going to be a whiz at opening these things. Everybody see them stitches pretty well? Let me know. I'm going to wait until somebody says, yeah, okay, Bunny says she can. Now, folks, you got to have one of these tools here. It's called crochet hook. Oh, Teresa, welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, when you get your crochet hook out, you're going to drop that crochet hook down in here in this little picot. If you don't have a picot, make sure you go down here in between 2 double stitches. All right. And remember George's famous saying, do you know what a picot is? It's a double stitch that never grew up. Just think about that. So if you go down here and you grab a picot further down between 2 double stitches, it's a picot now. All right. But today I got a little bit bigger picot. Now you're going to stick that crochet hook down in there. You're going to fold it back this way. See what I'm doing? Now, if you got fingernails, you can do this. Even nubbies can. Grab that thread in between. I know, baby, you're a little scared. I know, you'll be fine. She's down here under me. She's wanting up here. Now, you grab it and you start separating that thread underneath. Okay? Right here. You're going to see it. It's the core thread right there. That's what you're pulling out. Okay? And you keep working at it till it comes up till you get movement. Okay? When you get movement, that picot tends to get pretty big here. Once it gets pretty big, we got to get our little hackle pliers, if I can find them here. I got hackle pliers everywhere. There they are. No, baby. All right, now we got the hackle pliers. These little tools, you want to grab, here's your ring. This is the picot here that was poking up right there. That's that one. Got it? You're going to put your hackle pliers on that core thread. Just like that. And you're going to start pulling. Open it up, move it down, and pull. But while you're doing that, you want to keep these threads right here in that pinch. Okay? You're going to pull out enough here so you can open that ring up. You see it, Corinne? Now, once you get it open enough, you're going to grab right here where the 2 sides meet down here at the bottom. Okay? You're going to start separating there and working that core thread around. You see, I'm getting the core thread out. Put your hackle pliers on there. Grab these stitches in the front in the pinch and start working it through. And you're going to see that core thread slide. Take your time. We're not running a foot race. We're tatting. That's all. We're just tatting. And tatting's supposed to be slow and relaxing. Now you're going to hear my house pop. You're going to hear all kinds of stuff. The winds are kicking up. I live with it. All right. Now, once you get to that point, you just start backing out your stitches. And guess what? No more problems open rings. So there you go. That's how you do it. You got it, Corinne? Now, Corinne, make sure you mark this on your notes where to look for this. It's in this video on how to open it. Now, we also have videos on YouTube under George's site. All right. So now that we've got that done, let's move on to our next fun trick. Okay. I'm full of all kinds of tricks today. We're going to put these over here out of the way. The next thing we're going to do for you needle tatters today, I'm going to show you all how to do the one-step double stitch. Any of you all know what the one-step double stitch is? You do it on a needle. You do the double stitch, the complete double stitch in one step. You don't do the front and the back. You do them both at the same time. So we're going to do that. Now, on this thread, your larger threads, 10 and above, okay? It's going to lay like it's supposed to. However, let me tell you, if you do it in size 20 or 40 or 80, it starts curving around just like the Josephine chain, but it locks it into place. So therefore, it doesn't get squirrely on you on the needle. Shuttle tatters, when they make the Josephine chain, they've got a core thread already there. Okay? So that's how you do it. So what we want to do, first and foremost, is put a double stitch on here. Let me get this up here. Now, I'm going to show you. This double stitch is a waistband. Right here, this little thing right here, this little piece of thread is called a waistband. We call it a waistband for a reason, because that looks like a pair of pants. Everybody see that pair of pants? We got 2 legs and a waistband. Okay, but it's actually technically called a first half stitch and a second half stitch that makes the double stitch. All right, and when you're needle tatting, you have to put on the first half, and then you have to put on the second half. Well, today we're going to put them both on at the same time. And the way we're going to do that, take that thread and cross it over like that. Bring it back around on our thumb. Go under that one, under the X, up through the middle, pull it down. We now have another double stitch. Did y'all see that? How fancy Dan is that? Anna, can you look, or Pam, look up the hackle pliers from Amazon link and put it under the, put it in the class. Do y'all want me to do that again? Let's do, I told you I could tat. I told you I could needle tat. I don't like needle tatting. It's loosey-goosey. Do you see it? See it? We got our pants. We got our pants. There she is. Now, we're going to do it again. We wrap our finger as if we're doing the first half of the double stitch. Well, let me grab it again. First half of the double stitch, wrap around that thumb, come back around, leave it on our thumb, grab it from the bottom, under the X, let go and pull it down and lock that stitch in right next to the others. Now you've got all those double stitches. You see them? Look at that. Whenever you want. There's no set time to use this. You can use this anytime you want. If you have a problem with your hands, Arthur, and you want to tat, you eliminate half of your tatting by using this technique. Isn't it easy? See, I taught y'all a trick now. Now we're going to go into an advanced technique. I'm fixing to blow your minds. Okay? Now this one I'm going to do with size 10 thread because you need to see the process. All right? And that bigger thread is difficult to work with. The first thing you're going to need is a shuttle. Okay? And with that shuttle, you need thread on that shuttle. All right? And then you need the other end of that shuttle to come out here to your needle. And guess what we're making? We're going to do a split ring on the needle using a shuttle and a needle together. This was done by another lady named Shari Eve, I think is how you say her last name. She's from Puerto Rico. She posted the video up on YouTube or on Facebook, and it just blew things away. She's a very good friend of Wally Sosa's. Anybody familiar with Wally Sosa? She's a very well-known tatter. She's a needle tatter. And she's got several books out. Y'all need to check them out. She does some really good work. She's a very nice lady. She's had some health problems the last few years. Keep her in your thoughts, okay? That she'll get better. So I'm going to show you how to do the technique using a shuttle and a needle to do a split ring. Now your tail doesn't have to be very long for this because we're just sampling it, okay? Now, if you was going to do a bracelet, get you a good tail, okay? About 18 inches. All right? Put the other half on the shuttle. Whatever you put on your needle, double on the shuttle. All right? So, first thing we're going to do is thread our needle. Second thing we're going to do is hold our thread on this needle to do, like, say we're going to do, thank you, Mary. Thank you very much. Say we're going to do a split ring chain. All right. So to get started, normally for needle tatting, you start here on this side. You do your stitches. Okay. Then you take the tail out to do the other side because you'd have to turn it around and do the other side, right? Everybody know that in needle tatting, correct? Or am I wrong? Am I thinking you all know this and you don't? Correct me if I'm wrong. If you don't know how to do a split ring the other way on needle tatting, let me know and I will show you how to do it. It's a peel. It's a peel. So, if you're going to do a split ring, first thing you want to do, all right, your thread is coming from your shuttle to your needle. That would be considered the tail thread on a shuttle. You saw it, Helen? Well, I'm going to show you how to do it. All right. Now, I may run out of thread on this. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm going to take that shuttle off. I'm going to put this one on because it's got more thread that we can play with. How's that sound? Won't take me long to thread this needle. No. I can keep the needle in my hands. Slip and slide. We'll call it the slip and slide needle. Got flying shuttles and slip and sliding needles. Got our handy floss threader out. Got our needle. Now, first thing we're going to do is we are going to make a regular ring. Kathy, you're not a needle tatter? I agree. Hi, Jackie. Now, first thing we're going to do is put our ring on here. We're going to do 5 double stitches, a picot, 3, 4, 5. Don't like these shuttles at all. Yeah, that's 5. We're going to put a picot. No, I'm not going to use a picot gauge because I don't have to fight it today. So we're going to put in our next 5 double stitches. That's 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now we're going to close that ring. Right? We got our starter ring. Now, here comes the fun stuff. All right. Now we've got to get the shuttle on this side. So in order to do that, we're going to have to do a self-closing mock ring. Now, that will be your second ring. All right. Do your self-closing mock ring. Remember, your needle is on your tail. Okay. And you want to put in 10 double stitches. And we're going to bring it out the end. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I forgot my hoop-de-hoop on my self-closing mock ring. Let me back that back up. See, I told you I make mistakes. Keeping you on your toes, making mistakes. That's how you do that. Now, we all know how to rip out a chain, don't we? especially on the needle. You make a mistake on a needle, you don't have to do this. Make a mistake on a shuttle, this is what we do, is we back it out, back it out. We call it ripping. Rip it, like ribbit, ribbit, like frog, frogging it. What other names do we call ripping out our work? I know there's a dozen of them, and they're all cute. I just say, oh, gross. I got to do this again. Now, we don't want that thread. Not yet. We want to create our loop, do our chain, then our loop. For our self-closing mock ring, I knew I'd get fancy footwork back in there. Now, what I do when I do this is I wrap my hand for the chain, put the loop on my pinky, and get to tatting my chain. And I'm going to do 10 double stitches. This is like working with rope. It really is. When you work with larger threads and you don't normally work with larger threads. And the wedding stuff is in really fine thread. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's pull my finger off of here. Okay, 7 and 8. Did I get it? Did I get it? I got it. There's 8, 9, and 10. Got them. Now, we're going to close the self-closing mock ring, right? What? I tatted on the wrong chain. We're starting over. I ain't fighting with this. Not today. We're just going to start over with the self-closing mock ring. Y'all know I spent all day yesterday practicing that. I hadn't done it in years. I don't like needle tatting. This is why. It's a job no matter what you do. But I'm not down in needle tatters. Some people, that's all they can do because they have hand problems. They have mobility problems. And it's best, if they have mobility problems, to work with it than to fight it. I will. I'll move up there, B. I'm just trying to get this thing figured out again. So we're going to start off with the self-closing mock ring. Our needle is threaded. Okay. We're going to put our loop in. Let's see if we can get on the right one now. All right. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pull it off of the pinky. There we go. The other half of that 9 and 10. Now, we got our loop. We run our shuttle through that loop. Okay? And we close that ring. We're just going to do a quick self-closing mock ring. Now, watch this. When this thing starts closing, you see this loop? It's coming in. It's still going to leave a gap until you close that gap on this side because of the needle. All right, there we go. And you get it to close. Once you get it to close, you're ready to move on. Take all this off of our finger. Now we are ready to tat this. Now in the video that we will share that Shari did, she has you do a ring first, then the self-closing mock ring, then going into the needle shuttle routine. All right. But for today, we're going to do it this way. Now, we want the thread for the shuttle coming out this side of our ring because it'll get in the way if it don't. Okay. The other half has to work up through here off of our tail thread. Now, let me ask you a question. How many of you were in Katia's classes for a true ring. She did a lot of true ring videos. Okay. This is basically what you're doing. That's why your tail thread has to be so long, but it beats the tar out of filling the needle, putting thread in the needle, pulling the thread out, putting it in, taking it out, putting it in, taking it out. So we're working backwards. Okay. So we lay our needle right there on top of our work, and we're going to put in our 5 double stitches. Now if you watch, you'll see how reason you do the other ring. Okay. Put in the first double stitch, second half of that double stitch, and then continue on until you get 10 on this half of your needle. Okay. Or 5 on this half. I'm working with limited thread because my tail's not long enough. There's 3, 4, and 5. Okay. But don't forget to start it with a regular ring on the shuttle, then go into a self-closing mock ring to change locations. Now, here's our shuttle, folks. The shuttle has to come out this side. And if you watch the video, you will see Shari move the work down this way on our needle. The reason she does this, as you're putting these double stitches on here, it can slip over here at the end and pull everything loose. Okay, so be sure you have given yourself plenty of room. All right, so move your work over. Now watch what I'm going to do. We're going to work in reverse order of double stitches, and we're going to put the first half of our double stitch on that needle and slide it over. Second half on that needle and slide it over. We've got our first double stitch. Continue on until you get 5 double stitches. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now we got 5 double stitches. Now what are we going to do? We got to pull it off. So we drop our shuttle back through our loop. So that shuttle thread is over on this side. Now watch what we're going to do. We're going to close this ring. You notice how my fingers are positioned. See this thread? Normally we would go through this, but because we're working on the tail thread and we're doing a true ring, guess what? Just pull it off. And then we close our ring. Again, I'm not a needle tatter, so it's going to get squirrely. Our stitches are going to get squirrely. But you needle tatters that are more professed than I am, that's how you do it, and the stitches turned. Of course. We just turn them back. There they go. The knot flipped over. Get over here. Got it. There we go. I made a picot and didn't mean to. That's all right. There we go. We got it. It's a true ring. And that is your split ring using a shuttle and needle. And you don't tear up your tail thread. Threading and unthreading, threading and unthreading, threading and unthreading. Okay? You save a yard of thread by doing that. Hi, Sue. So, remember, you do a regular ring, come in with this self-closing mock ring on shuttle. The first 2 are done on shuttle. That's to give you some bite to hold on to. Okay? And then you go into a true ring, tatting the first half of double stitches here and your second half of double stitches here with the shuttle. Okay? Everybody got that? If not, maybe I got enough thread to do it again. But in the video, it does look like she's got 3 threads there. She really doesn't. It's 2. Okay? So, now, let's do our split ring for our class. Now, when you do a split ring, we've got umpteen and gazillion videos on our channel for a split ring. There is umpteen gazillion million ways to do a split ring, and most of them are on our channel. All right. Georgia has them on hers, and we've got them on ours because they go with the classes. And today we are going to do a split ring on shuttle. We're going to do the dead spider method, which is the most common method in split rings. All right. Now we're going to use monster shuttles and monster thread. The monster shuttles are the Tatsy shuttles. Let me pull back just a little bit. Is it coming back? I don't know. I can't tell. The computer's lagging to my camera. There we go. Let's see how we adjust. I hate when it starts lagging to my computer. You would think, you would think they'd work together in tandem. No, they just don't. All right, now, this is a off-white thread. Let me get, maybe I've got a blue mat here somewhere I can grab, and it will show that thread up better. Yeah, I got one. Now I'm going to use this mat so we can see this thread. The blue will show up on it, but you can see the white. Everybody see the blue? Everybody see the white? Now for practice measure only. Okay, get you two different, hi Tanya, get you two different colors of thread. Tie your knot there, folks. Just tie the knot. Okay, Teresa. We'll talk to you later. Tie yourself a knot there. Once you tie that knot, you pick what color you want to be on the outside. The other color for the inside. Now, what am I saying? Outside and inside. Outside would be this side of your split ring. The inside would be this side of your split ring. Because most times you have split rings, you're going to have another row of rings or something beside it. Okay? So, let's get one started here. Now, we wrap our hand for a split ring. But it's actually for a regular ring. Just how we do it makes it a split ring. But usually as the first ring goes, you start it as a regular ring. But today we're just going to do a real split ring. Now, who was it that asked about the Riego method, if I could demo it again? Are you in here? Hello? If you are in here, I'm going to show you the Riego method because I'm using monsters to tat with. Now, you take your thread across your hand. Remember the X. Watch what I'm doing. The X. Take your hand across that thread, the thread across your hand, not the hand across the thread, and you just run it up. Move your finger out of the way and pull. That brings that first half down. Second half. Turn your hand over. Come up the back, just like that. Okay. Take your hand out. Bring it on around. Let's try it again. Just like that. Pull your finger out. You're not doing anything. Thread's doing all the work for you. You just run that up and down through that thread. See how it's making its way? That's Riego. Okay? So, we're going to move on now. 3, 4, and 5. Okay? Now, we want both threads to come out the top of this ring. Okay? Because we're doing split rings. What you want to do is open that up. Open your loom up. Get that thing wide because you need lots of room because we're using monster shuttles. Now, if we was using normal shuttles, wouldn't need this much space. But we're using big shuttles. Now, the next half we're going to do is rods. Reverse order of double stitches. And just like what we did with the needle, we put the second half stitch first, come in with the first half of the stitch and put that in and do it again. And just keep doing it for our count. Now this is called the dead spider method. Tighten that up just a little bit. It's cramping my hands. Now, when you're doing it this way, dead spider, all the legs are up in the air. Yes, your hand's going to cramp in here. Your thumb's going to cramp here. Pop that finger in there. That thumb, just stick it in there. That relieves that tension here. Okay, it stops that. Everybody that's middle-aged and beyond, do it this way, because you use this thumb in tatting more than you know you do. And when you use this thumb more than you know you do in tatting, you're working this joint. You can get tendonitis in it. Once that happens, it can stop you from shuttle tatting without a brace. You don't want Velcro in your thread, and you don't want thread in your Velcro. So trust me, middle-aged and beyond, when Arthur starts coming in, use this if you've got a lot of split rings to do. Now, if it's just 1 or 2 split rings and then move on, it's okay. But if you're doing a whole chain of split rings, use this method. It will save you mountains of pain. Okay? So, let's move on. We're going to put our thumb in there. The tails has got to go. And we're going to work continuing. Lay it in there. And it makes it easier, too, to bring them over there. Just like that. See what I'm doing? Under, over, and back across. Over, under. Oh, that one didn't slide all the way. I got fat fingers. Get over there. And there we go. There's 4. See how we're doing it? And just bring it on over. Don't like this crochet cotton. Not at all, but it works to show the demo. Makes the thread really big for you. Now, once we get it all in there, see we got our 5 stitches on here, 5 stitches over here. We grab our main thread. Pull our ring down like we always do. Okay. And then close that ring. Pull it tight, and guess what? You now have a ring that has white and blue, red and green, whatever colors you want. You put picots on here. You can do whatever you want. Okay? So, Teresa says, rather than use the entire dead spider method, simply tilt your hand so that you are looking into your palm. This gives you enough space to do the unflipped stitches. That's right. She's 100% right about that. Okay? But some of you use monster shuttles. Shuttles that I use just for class. Not real shuttles. Okay? Just saying. Look at the difference. Y'all see? And this is a large shuttle. Okay? Now, let's see. Compare it to clover. Okay? So, yes, she's 100% right. Just turn your hand over. What you want to do is relieve the tension on this joint. Okay? You got to relieve the tension on that joint. Everybody's going to get Arthur. It's a fact of life. As we age, our joints age. And the tissue and stuff gets older. The joints have cartilage in there that hardens. Okay? And that's where your Arthur comes from. So, when you do that, make sure you relieve that tension and have fun making your split rings. Whether you do them by shuttle, by needle, or needle and shuttle. Have fun. Because split rings can take you places that other common rings can't. Okay? Now, any questions? Anyway, let me switch camera angles and get my mouse working. Hey, wake up. Come on. She is not wanting to wake up today. There we go. We got her. All right. Oh, it is easier to hold. It's just hard to maneuver. If you use the Riego method with Desiree, they're wonderful. Now, if I'm working on a huge doily, these are my go-to shuttles for thread that, so I don't have a ball to carry around to get dirty. I will fill up this shuttle with size 20 thread, and it'll just about hold a whole ball of 20. I heard it, baby. Come on up here. Come on. Come on. Daddy's home. So, if you buy a set of tatsies, work with them. If you've got arthritis, yeah, you can. Well, if you're going to switch sides with that two color tatting, just tie a little half of a shoelace trick. Let me show you this. I can do this right here. All right. See that? We're tying our shoes. First step of tying our shoes. Okay. I gotta lay it down because this is just way too much. All right. Once you get that knot in there, it changes position of your threads. So when you're working your tatting, the white will come out on this side and the blue, which they're not right. The white will come out on this side and the blue will come out on this side. When that happens, it gives it the snake effect. Hi, Mary Lou. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, I don't understand what you were saying, Mary Lou. Oh, split ring. Yeah. Now, Anna, Pam, Jeremy, y'all post all the links we've got for the 15 different ways you can do a split ring. We have videos on that. Now, there is one that is a single shuttle split ring. If you're new to split rings, avoid that like the plague. Just take my advice. Oh, you can use as many shuttles as you'd like. I mean, there have been people to use 20, 30 shuttles, just like they use for bobbin lace. It just depends on what you're working on. Just remember, if you're using the multiple shuttles, you're going to have a thick core running through there. It's going to be as thick as a rope if you use too many. So you have to use it with very fine threads, okay? And those very fine threads makes that core a little bit smaller. All right. Handy hands, Monica. Handy hands. And if you're out of the country, you're in another country, you can go to Handy Hand or Amazon on your side, and they carry Handy Hands products there. She supplies to Amazon, and you can get them there. I don't know if you can get them at Laces. Handy Hands, I know you can. You may be able to get them at Black Sheep, not Black Sheep, Twisted Picot. I keep wanting to call them Black Sheep because they was Black Sheep for so long. And I mean, seriously, 20 thread, almost the whole shuttle. Okay. So if you got a big project, buy these. And it keeps your thread from getting dirty. If you're carrying your thread and going places, you got it in a bag or something, you take it, dropping it and rolling across the floor and grabbing everybody's hair and dirt and dust and all that, and then it's in your tatting. Yeah, eBay. It's okay, honey. She's sitting here shaking, y'all. Look at her. Can y'all see her? Can you say hi? Say hi to everybody. Can you say hi, sweetie? Oh, thundering. There she is. There's Mama's baby. So, any more questions, folks? You have any more questions? Now, make sure you give us a thumbs up. And, oh, thank you, Cynthia. This is my little girl. She weighs 9.5 pounds, soaking wet. She's all fuzz. We take her to get her groomed when she's all growed out, and we pick her up and we don't recognize her because she's so tiny. She follows me everywhere. She's my shadow. You're welcome, Mary. Oh, she is. She just tear you up. She does give an awful lick. I mean, if she ever gets a hook, she'll snarl them teeth back and just lick you to pieces. Are there examples of tatting samples in the book? You create your sample book. This one is mine. And what I did is the first page of this has got all the threads that I use. And I've got them measured out for 1 inch, and it tells me exactly how many stitches per inch according to my tension. And then I have all these other techniques and stuff in here that are sampled out. Thank you. Thank you. The Tatter's name, Wally Sosa. Carol, is that who you're talking about? Wally Sosa? She goes by Wally Sosa or a Wally Sosa. She used to do the Super Bowl snowflakes for Georgia. The difference between a regular ring, Monica, is a regular ring is a solid ring all the way around. A split ring, the split ring is half and half. If you run into it in a pattern, the pattern will read, say, 3 picot 3 hash, you know, like that little sideways hash, I don't know what they call it, and then 3 picot 3. Okay? And that's the way it'll determine in a pattern. If y'all go watch those videos, I've got several examples of how to read a split ring in a pattern. Y'all have to excuse the noise. He picked up groceries. He's putting them away now. So, any more questions? Anna's put up one. Yeah, we're getting the links. Y'all mark them links. Now, I will put those links up on the underneath the video, and we'll have them on the website soon. You're new to tatting. Awesome. Do I have beginning classes starting? We're currently running a series right now, Lisa, but you can watch the previous 2 classes and then join us for the next 6 series. It's a 6-class series that we do every other week. I do the 2nd and 4th week of the month. I have a designer that teaches design class normally 1st and 3rd week of the month on Thursday. All right. They'll be available when the live finishes. I got to post them. They won't be on the website right now. They won't be. I got to get everything. I'm working on the website as hard as I can, folks. The mock picot. Okay. Hold on. Dennis, can you come and get her? I got a student want me to show her something. Wait just a second. He's got to take her. She's not going to leave my arms. A mock picot is basically a lock stitch from one ring to the other. So let me show you that on the down camera. Let me switch places. All right. Now, I'm going to use this as an example for the ring. Okay. Let me zoom in here. Come on. There we go. We're in. Lay this mat out. Now, if we was coming off of this ring here and wanted to move on to another ring, okay, or climb out of a round, we would have done the split ring. The next thing we would do is our lock stitch. Let me back this out because that's the shoelace trick. They're both similar. The difference between the lock stitch and the shoelace trick is shoelace trick moves, lock stitch doesn't. Okay, so get all my stuff together here. Choke up on this shuttle. Now, what you're going to do, you've got the white thread coming out the right side of your ring. You got the blue thread coming out the left side. The mock picot is going to be the gap we're going to leave between this ring and our next ring we'd be putting in if it was a pattern that called for it. What you do is you do 1/2 stitch like this. You do not flip it. Okay? Like that. The other half of that stitch you would flip. I'm trying to do this with these big shuttles and it's not going to be pretty. Okay? But you would flip that stitch and it locks it into place. You want to see that white thread on top and pull it down. Okay? And locks it in. That picot will stay put between the two. And that flipped anyway. So the first half will be a lock stitch. Second half will be a flip stitch. And it gives you the gap between. That wasn't supposed to flip. I'll flip second. Because it doesn't really matter which one you flip and which one you don't. As long as one is flipped and one isn't. I usually just out of habit do the first half. That gap there is your mock picot between ring A and the ring B to start. Now you would pick up here and wrap your hand for another ring. That's the mock picot. Okay? Did you get that? Please tell me you got it. Tanya said hi. Dennis. Tanya said hi. Yeah, Mia's letting her, you know, that she says hi too. The lock stitch is always the same. You can put it the first half or the second half. It's dealer's choice, basically. I use mine on the first half, get it out of the way, and that way the thread where the lock stitch is matches the previous ring. And then the next ring, if I'm using two colors, would be the other color, and then the thread would match it. So it's a habit I got into years ago. All right, can I show how to add thread if shuttle breaks maybe next week or send the video link? Anna, can you send Kathy the link to how to add thread? But I will do it next week, Kathy. I'll do it in the beginner's class because, by the way, guys, I'm going to give y'all homework for next week. I'll just send it out. I'm going to take Tuesday off because I have to go handle some personal business. And Tuesday is the day they scheduled it for. So there you go. The purpose of a lock stitch is to lock this position. If you want to lock where you're at, you want to put a key on it and lock the door. That's what a lock stitch is for. It's the best way to describe it. You flip and then unflip, or unflipped and flip. It's up to you, Corinne. You pick your battle that you want to play. And it's up to you. Most of your tatting decisions are up to you. All these techniques and stuff we show you, they weren't around years ago when tatting first came out. They didn't do this kind of stuff. They didn't even do chains. Okay, I'm just saying they didn't have chains. They sewed their joins together. If you run across some tatting that's from back in the day, you will find that there's little fuzzies where the joins are. It's because they tied them together. They didn't join them like we do now. If you find something, grab it. It's valuable, very valuable. If you find coronation cord, it is very valuable. It looks like thread that's got humpties in it throughout. It's the only way I can describe it. Tanya can tell you better about it. She knows all about coronation thread, cord, whatever. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that. We have lots of questions in this group, don't we? So, anything else, folks? How you and Ronnie doing, Teresa? All right, everybody, give me a thumbs up if you've got anything out of today's class, if it's helped you in your tatting journey and you'd like to donate. We have a donate button on our website that you can add. Also, down below the video, there's a link to go to donation. Any donation we take, except for children. I've raised mine, don't want any more. I still got my husband to raise. I also want to say, give us a thumbs up. It builds our algorithm. It puts us on the top burner. We've made leaps and bounds. People are hearing about us, and these are free classes. Everything from the website down, I pay for. It would help. Any money will help. If you can't help with money, then watch those commercials, and I will get pennies on a peanut. All right? Not half pennies anymore. We're up to pennies on a peanut. So there you go. Well, thank you all for coming, and I hope and pray you have a wonderful rest of your week. And I want you all to tat. I want you to have a lot of fun tatting. I'll see you at Tat Days, Tanya. I want your threads to always make beautiful lace, and share your work on our group page so that I can see it. I love watching what you all have done and the improvements you've made in your tatting. Thank you for attending, and I will see you next Thursday in the beginner class. The young lady, I forget your name. If you want to sign up for next class, send us an email at theonlinetattingclass@gmail.com, and we will get you signed up for the next series. Okay? Until then, I'll see you all later, and you'll get homework next Tuesday. Your homework you got for tonight, I want to see that up on the site. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye. Love y'all.